Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. This is the X's and Joe Show. I'm X. This is Izzy. And today, we're going to talk a little bit of NFC West. And today gets a little interesting. It's
Oh
going to be
yeah.
it's going to be a nice, fun discussion, Izzy. But hey, before we start, how you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. Things have been going great, just enjoying my life and enjoying everything we do and enjoying doing this, man. Nothing's better than being able to just sit here and talk about sports with another person, my best friend obviously, that knows sports just as much as I do, and I'm just ready to have a good time.
Yeah, man. It's been a long day. Day jobs get you a little stressed out sometimes, but it's a good time to talk some NFC West. It's a good time to talk some football, and I'm ready. I'm ready to jump into this because we got some teams here, man. We got some teams and moves that I want to cover. So first thing is we'll start with who? Who are we starting with? Who do you think? Who do I want to start with here?
I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna say the 49ers.
Well, you're right there, Izzy. We're going to start with the 49ers. Damn right. So let's go with San Fran. Let's look at some of their key additions and re-signings that they got. Right. So they re-signed Trent Williams to a massive deal. Huge.
Yes.
Big guy, big contract. Another huge re-signing was Juice, man. Kyle Juszczyk. Huge. Right.
Mhm.
You got Alex Mack for center. Great. Love to see it. You got DJ Jones. You got Tart. And you got Kwan Williams. So we got some moves here from the 49ers that looks pretty good. Departures now you're looking at, they had some departures here. I don't know if they're massive departures. You got Kendrick Bourne getting paid by New England.
Mhm.
Tevin Coleman's gone. Solomon Thomas, which they can afford to lose out on Solomon Thomas. And then you got Witherspoon also. But interesting free agency for them. I liked what they did, man. I mean, they addressed what they needed to keep with Trent Williams, addressing getting Alex Mack here, and then keeping Juice. So whether they go into that number 3 pick and go grab a young quarterback, they got some protection. Or if Jimmy Garoppolo stays and they don't opt out that contract, maybe he can stay healthy behind this O line. So I like the moves, man. Um, I think the biggest thing is trying to keep Jimmy healthy if you're going to keep him,
Mhm.
and you're going to quarterback route in the draft, then keeping him healthy and safe. So they don't have a bad team to begin with. They have depth. They have players, right?
Yep.
They're going to draft pretty well. I think they're still a good team, good defense. They have weapons. So I mean, Ayuk, D Samuel, Debo. I mean, they got George Kittle.
Mhm.
They got some weapons, man.
Yeah, I agree. With the Garoppolo situation, I thought that was very interesting, and it really sounds like it is a great move to keep Garoppolo. I like the move, and I'm super excited to see what they're going to be looking at for their next option for QB, because they're looking not just about right now, but they're looking for the future of the organization, and that shows a lot about the 49ers right now as far as their QB situation. They're addressing it as needed, and so some of these departures, I wouldn't really even say that they're really bad negative departures, to be honest with you. Um, Even with Kendrick Bourne heading over to New England, and Tevin Coleman, I wouldn't even say that. The only departure that I kind of see a little bit of concern with is the Witherspoon one. He's a really good, really good corner in there. He keeps up with that secondary like you wouldn't believe. Sorry about that phone. Um, but he keeps up with the secondary very, very well. He keeps up with a lot of slot receivers, a lot of really good receivers and whatnot. And on top of that, you got to take into consideration that Richard Sherman. We don't know if he's coming back. We don't know what's going on with him. He's still out there as a free agent, and he even said it. He's going to wait till the draft is over before he signs any type of contract.
Right.
So as of right now, he's a free agent. So now that secondary is looking pretty empty. So
It's looking a little thin, but they could
yeah,
address it in the draft, I think.
yeah, yeah,
And Sherman's a guy that he negotiates his own contracts.
yep,
So, he does the legwork on that. He was open to a reunion with Seattle as well. So he's out there looking for work. But I definitely think yeah, it's definitely going to be addressed in the draft and also whatever they can find in the free agency or even trade. I mean, these moves aren't over yet, man. This is free agency is always just the beginning, right?
yeah, yeah. Of course,
So
of
yeah,
course. And also another thing is addressing that line, picking up a big body like Alex Mack. Man, that's huge, man. That is super huge. He's arguably one of the top 10 centers
yeah.
in the league right now. And
Well,
so
and then
picking
you
up a
got
big body him like him, man, that plays such a role and such a difference um in not only just the run game, but in just overall protection for Garoppolo and even the next QB coming in.
right. I mean, and re-signing Trent was huge, man.
Yep.
Especially what they gave up via trade. I guess it's not a crazy amount, but they gave up via trade, and then you re-sign him. Huge deal. Let's give it to him, man. Let's give it to him for
Yep.
getting paid.
Yep.
I love it when the guys in the trenches get paid, man. So that's awesome. I think the Niners are headed in a good direction. I mean, they're not rebuilding. They can compete, and I just want to see what they do at that number 3 pick. If they grab a quarterback, everyone's speculating quarterback. I think everybody and their mama knows they're going quarterback. But if they don't and surprise everybody and don't go quarterback, and then this is Jimmy's world, that's gonna be crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't want to start anything, but yeah, it's gonna be quarterback. Now going Mac Jones there. There's a lot of rumors of Kyle loving Mac Jones, and that's his style of quarterback. Take him. Because everybody else drops. Everybody else drops. So I'm just being a fan here. If somebody drops in New England where New England can strike, cool, take Mac Jones that high. I'm not big on Mac Jones. I don't think he should go number 3. But if the Niners decide that, cool, man. Cool beans.
You're right. You're completely right on that, man. If they're gonna go that route and get that QB and really look towards the future of that organization, then that's the best route. I mean, you know, with the issues that Garoppolo has had as far as injuries and whatnot,
Man.
it's kind of tough to sit here and say, is Garoppolo really going to be the future for the next 5-10 years?
Yeah.
Can't really say that, about it,
Mhm.
especially with the previous injuries that he's had. I
Mhm.
like the moves though that they've done with the line, and
Mhm.
that right there can play a huge difference in the future of Garoppolo.
Mhm.
That's going to give him the protection that he needs. That's going to help him help him stop from getting injured. So there's a lot of variables that go into the next moves that happen, and I just really enjoy and I really like that they are, that they're investing in the line itself and not just sitting here going after big names.
Yeah. He's gone though. I think Jimmy's gone. Jimmy's out.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's especially if they go quarterback. I mean, he's made of glass, man. So I think he's gone. They're gonna try to cut ties with that contract
Which
too.
is super sad, because Garoppolo had a lot of promise. He
Yeah.
had a lot of promise. He had a lot of potential,
Mhm.
especially going into the 49ers. And then what was it? The next year he took him to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was Garoppolo that took him to the Super
Well,
Bowl.
yeah, I
Uh,
get tomato.
I mean, come on. They had a good defense,
Of course, of
a,
course,
a, a good running game,
of
right?
course,
A
yes.
fantastic tight end.
Yeah.
right? I think he game managed a lot, and I'm not sour or anything like that because he with New England. We traded him off, but I don't think he was the star of the show that got him to the Super Bowl, and even in the Super Bowl, he game managed. You
Yeah.
know, so I think they want to get their guy and build him, from the top up. So
That's their best route, man.
yeah, that's their best route for sure. I think they're going to compete in this division. I think, not a popular thing, but I think the NFC West is probably looking like the toughest division in football. Because I mean, you got the 49ers, great, good team, a lot of depth, good team. You got Russell Wilson with some offensive power, no O line, but and the defense been off, but it's still Russell Wilson and some firepower, right? So they got some fireworks. I mean, the game is going to be, high scoring maybe on both sides, but
Yep.
Russell, right? And then, you got some other teams making noise, but we'll get there. So I think the 49ers, good offseason so far.
I think I'm gonna rate the 49ers on the moves and everything that they've done. I'm gonna give them a solid like B plus.
I'll give him a
A
B.
lot. I said like a B plus, I guess you could say.
Okay.
I like the moves. I think I just really more enjoy the moves towards the line, especially with the injuries that Garoppolo has had. I just really appreciate that. So that for me, B plus.
Yeah. 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 I'm going to go B.
All right,
I'm going to go
fair
B.
enough.